Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Kevin Kelly, pastor of Big Island Christian Church here in Kona, Hawaii. Welcome to today's devotional, Simple Obedience. It comes right out of Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 through 4. God commands Abraham to go, and in verse 4 of chapter 12, we read that Abraham went. There were no questions, no opposition, no reservation. God said go, and Abraham went. And because of that simple obedience, that step of faith in responding to God's will and word, God declared to Abraham that through that faith model of simple obedience, if God says it, we do it, that all the peoples on earth, all the nations, all the families on earth would be blessed through that simple act of faithful obedience to God's command. And what we see is the fulfillment all the way through the Old Testament into the New Testament is that Jesus Christ is the fulfillment of God's promise to Abraham, that Abrahamic covenant, that all of the peoples would be blessed through that faith model. So generation after generation after generation, all the way up until today and until Jesus returns, what we find is that God's will advances, the kingdom of Christ advances through people acting in simple obedience. Oftentimes people make this way too complicated, rather than the simplicity of just responding to the truth of God's word and his will. I preached a few months ago that King Saul, in the book of Samuel, what we find is that he just decided to make up his own rules, that the prophet Samuel told him to do something, and he decided he was going to do something else, and therefore God stripped the kingdom away from him because he wasn't adhering to simple obedience. Partial obedience equals full disobedience. Again, we see later on with King Hezekiah, he's tearing down all of the idols and everything else and finds the bronze snake that the nation of Israel had been worshiping for like 700 years. And he tears it down. Simple obedience to God's will and word. So my encouragement to you today, God's encouragement to you in and through his will and his word, simple obedience to what God calls us to. God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.